Hi guys. So this message is for young people, especially young ladies, those who are not yet married, those who are not yet mothers. So today I'm talking about sex, dating, and marriage. So normally when I do a video, you might be used to me talking about business, making money, online marketing, and all this. Today I thought I should talk about something else, especially the new year is coming up. So the thing I want to talk about, I want to share 3 messages. The first one is this: be intentional about what you do. What does it mean to be intentional? It means that you don't do things automatically, you don't do things without thinking, you do things with a plan. And when you do something, you are aware of the outcome. That's my first message. Be intentional. My second message is this: remember that actions have consequences. Actions have consequences. Whatever you do, the consequences will be there. They'll follow you. You might do it in public, you might do it in private, but there will always be consequences. Sometimes the consequences will be obvious and visible to everyone. Sometimes the consequences will not be obvious and visible to everyone, but there are always consequences. Okay? My third message is, where there's a will, there's a way. If you will to do something, you really want to do something, you are going to find a way to do it. Okay? So now, why did I say I want to talk about dating, sex, and marriage? So there's a trend which I'm finding very, I know I'm probably getting old. I'm 40 years old, so by the definition, in the eyes of a young person, I'm probably old. But I'm finding this trend, I have an opinion about it because I'm a mother of sons and daughters. So it's a trend that it affects me, it concerns me. This thing where people they date for a very short time, just a few weeks, they start acting like they're married. Now, I cannot tell you what you should do. This is the thing. There's a lot of young people engaging in sex outside marriage. I want you to think about what I just said, being intentional. So, for the girls who are doing this, why are you doing this? Is it because you want to be on girlfriend allowance? Is it because you want to prove that you love this person? Is it because it's just your physical need? You just feel like you're just horny. You just want to have sex. Now, remember my other message: actions have consequences. Here is the reason why I talk about this. There are many times you hear a young lady saying, he used me and he dumped me. Let me tell you something. If you keep your underwear on, you keep your pants closed, it's very unlikely to find yourself in a situation where you feel used and dumped. I remember when I was at the university, I had a relative policy about abstinence. To this day, I still believe abstinence is highly practical, it's highly useful, where especially for people who are intending to get married. So if you're just trying to have fun and whatever, that's not for you. But if you're planning to get married, planning to find someone to be married to, abstinence is highly practical. I'm not going to talk about the sin part of it. You already know that. You go to church, Zambia is called a Christian nation and all this. You already know that. I'm talking about the practical aspects of it and what I think are the practical advantages. I remember when I was at the university, this guy, I really liked him. I kind of had a little crush on him, and he also liked me. He wanted us to start going out, and I told him right off the bat that sex is off the table if you're going to date me. And you know what he did? It's something that I really appreciate. He told me off right away. He said, for me, that can't work. If I date a girl, I have to have sex with her. So I was a little heartbroken because I had a crush on him. So he moved on and he started dating someone else, and he would make sure he's flaunting he's flaunting that relationship in my eyes, right? After some time, of course, I know they were having sex. After some time, they broke up. And I could see this girl, and she was looking very sad. And I appreciated my position. This is what I'm trying to say, that abstinence is highly practical. If you are dating someone and you realize this person is kind of a jerk, it's so easy to dump him and just move on. If you've already committed, you've already been playing little wife, having sex, cleaning for him, cooking for him, playing wife. Even if you discover he's kind of a moron, kind of a jerk, you start having this, you are feeling committed. You want to make the man. You want to hope he will change. You hang on longer than you need to hang on. But if you had kept sex off the table long enough, you would have seen that this guy is a jerk, and it would have been so much easier to move on. Steve Harvey likes saying you should wait for 90 days. I think 90 days is way too short. You're going to discover someone's personality in 90 days. That's too short. Put off sex when you are dating as long as you can. As long as you can. Ideally all the way up to marriage, but as long as you can. The other advantage of putting sex off during dating is that you can evaluate someone and ask yourself, is this the person I want to be with? And if their only intention is to have sex with you and dump you, they will not have the patience to wait. Most of the time, someone who waits actually cares. So I know when I tell this message to young men, they say, you're saying that, but actually it's the girls these days. They're the ones who demand sex. And if you don't give it to her, she can even dump you and move on to someone else. So this is a message now to the boys, to the men, because I'm a mother of sons and daughters, so I care about both. So most of the time, when a young woman says, that person used me and dumped me, she's referring to sex. When a young man says, that girl used me and dumped me, most of the time he's referring to money. So for the boys, if you keep sex off the table, you will not feel this financial pressure young men are finding themselves in, where you have to provide, you are taking up all the financial responsibilities for someone's daughter. You don't even know whether this is the person you want to build a future with. If you had kept sex off the table, you wouldn't feel this pressure. I've asked young men this question. No, these girls, they like only us who have money. I asked them the question, if you keep sex off the table, are you really going to feel this financial pressure to provide? They know the answer. The only reason you feel so much pressure to provide and to show this financial muscle to this girl is because of the sex. Actions have consequences. Have intention as you are doing something. But a lot of young men, women will say, my name was really practical. How can you be dating someone you're not having sex? Where there's a will, there's a way. You're going to make it. You're going to find a way to make it possible. I know these days one of the factors that contributes to people having these little mini marriages is that the girl is staying alone, she's independent, she's working somewhere. The guy is also staying alone. You spend a lot of time in closed doors. So I guess I can now say I come from this generation. I'm feeling so old right now. I come from this generation of chaperoning. You should date in public. These things, they are old-fashioned as they sound. But if your intention is to keep sex off the table, they work. Because if you're always in this enclosed place with this person alone, you're in love, you're attracted to each other, nature is going to take its course. You're horny, you're going to have sex. It will be so much harder to abstain. So as the new year, let me not keep this video too long. As the new year starts, I want you to be intentional with your dating. When you are dating, if you're a girl and your intention in dating is to find a man who can eventually be your husband, you are trying to prove your wife material, right? A man will know if you can be wife material within 6 months of dating. Keep the sex off the table. If you want to prove your wife material, show you're a person of high value, you are a peaceful person, show your feminine side, show you can cook, you can look after a home. I know my fellow modern feminists who scorn on this advice and say, that's so old-fashioned. A wife is not just for cooking. Look, I'm a hustler, I make my own money. I've been married for 14 years. Do not be cheated. Nature remains nature. What attracts a man towards someone to see a wife in that person? Being feminine, the ability to look after a home, and the ability to plan for the future. So if someone just wants to use you and dump you, they want to have sex with you. If someone is attracted to you and they also care, they also want to have sex with you. This is the nature of men. Men and sex, I don't understand even me, the relationship. But the one who is serious about you will be patient. That's the difference. And that is why you should keep sex off the table. If your plan is to date specifically for marriage, keep sex off the table as long as you can. Ideally, all the way up to marriage. Because sometimes I've seen men who put a ring on it and then it's keeping you in engagement mode for a long time. Often kaponika seriousness. So this message is not for everyone. It's for those young people who are serious about dating, specifically for the purpose of marriage. Dating period is for investigating. Can this person be my husband? Can this person be my wife? But if you're so quick to engage in sex, it clouds your judgment. It's harder to even decide, like, is this the right person? Because you're already bonded. You've already created that bond. Okay. So anyway, this is my message. If you find it helpful, I hope you find it helpful. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I don't create content so that people agree with me. I'm putting out what is my opinion, what I believe can be helpful, and the advice I would give to my sons and daughters. Be intentional when you are dating. Why are you dating? What are you trying to accomplish? What are things you should be doing with this person? What are things you shouldn't be doing with this person? People find themselves in these accidental situations. Find yourself dealing with baby mama drama for the rest of your life because you were not intentional when you were having sex with this person. Actions have consequences. Okay? If you already found yourself in that situation, this message is not for you. This message is for people who haven't yet found themselves in this baby mama drama yet. I know sometimes these days it's considered normal, glamorous and everything, but it's actually hard to raise a child being pregnant all by yourself with a broken heart, without somebody there, the person who's responsible. So be intentional. If you're getting to that point of being pregnant for someone, be sure that very serious even to if. I know some people say, no, if you can still have sex with a man and he'll still marry you, that is true. But the person who wants to use you and dump you will also have sex with you. So how will you tell the difference if you're saying yes to everybody? So keep sex off the table. If you realize someone is a jerk, it'll be easy to break up. You can easily evaluate. Somebody who wants to use you and dump you, you won't keep feeling used and dumped if you're keeping sex off the table. Now, sometimes a young man will say, then even me, I will not be giving her money if she's refusing sex. Yeah, don't give her money. You're a young woman. You want to take off your bumper because someone bought you Angry Lion. Hey, please, can you be serious? Go and hustle. Mangani sisi mpange drama. Chitani makeup mpange drama. Do nails for people and make money. Go to Comesa, go and other things and sell. Makes musika anafunko ngala na ka side hustle. That way you're going to have choice. When you have your own money, you have choice. You'll be intentional about what you want. You don't feel pressured to have sex with someone. You do it when you're ready. When you're ready for consequences, because actions have consequences. You might say, no, I'm going to use contraception. I can't get pregnant. That's not the only consequence I'm talking about. There's also heartbreak. You're going to bond with this person. It's not easy to move on to someone you're bonded with like that. Okay. So I hope you find this message helpful. And I just thought I should share it. Maybe somebody needs it. Maybe somebody will find it helpful. And if they do, I'm grateful for that. I wish you all the best. And I wish you a happy new year. For those who are planning to learn how to make money, join my group, Hustle Nation Online. I'll be posting a lot of the free content that I've been sharing over the years. Because I've been sharing content for a long time on how to start a business, how to grow a business. So the free stuff, I'm trying to curate it into one place. I put it in that group. You can invite your friends, see it whenever you want, so that you can learn how to make money. Especially for the girls, I don't want you to feel pressured to have sex because someone is giving you money. Make your own money, please, so that you have that freedom and independence and authority to say no to certain things. You do it only when you're ready for the consequences, because there will be consequences all the time. Be intentional. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you want to make money, you find a way. If you want to keep sex off the table in your relationship, you will find a way. Whatever goal you are trying to achieve, you will find a way. Be intentional. Don't let life happen to you. Plan for it, so that whatever is you're doing, it's up to you. You have a say in it. Don't be a victim of life. I want you to take charge of your life by planning, by being intentional, and controlling what happens to the extent that is possible to control. You control what happens, not just being a passenger in your own life and a victim in your own life. No, leave that attitude behind, and I wish you all the best.